Yes, I have watched Temporary Driver. I usually call it temporary. It is a temporary driver streaming on Uchina Obunabo TV. My goodness, this is not the regular kind of movies that we often see on screen about Sonia Uche. You know, whenever it's Sonia Uche speaks pidgin English, we know what it is expected. But this is not the regular movie that we see every day. This is a very interesting movie, very educational, very like top notch in recent time. I would say I give this movie 9/10. Yes, 9/10. Featuring Chike Daniels, Sonia Uche, Chisom Agweke on Uchina Bonabo TV. A man wealthy, the CEO of Empire Tech, who happens to be the only son to a wealthy woman. Of course, every woman's dream is to fall in love with Chike Daniels in this very movie. I'll be using their real name because I really not good at using their movie name. Chike Daniels was in a relationship with Chisom Agweke in this movie, and of course I didn't see the total relationship, kind of like the love from the man, because he was really after his job, how to grow his company, and he just recently had an accident of which he was recovering. But the girlfriend is a very nagging woman, even though they had not married her, and she's so overbearing, obsessive, and even quit the job that was paying her a whopping sum of 600,000 naira. Who would even do that? Because she believes her husband, her man, can foot her bills. But in this very relationship, she wasn't even getting the fact that the man's mind or his kind of attention is not even into this relationship, because she is constantly nagging. One thing that puts men off is a nagging woman very close to them. They will always like have one reason or the other not to be in that relationship whatsoever, and he was not even fully in this relationship. His physical presence is just in the relationship, but everything emotionally is very, very far away. And he's always like after what I would say Chike in this movie is someone who is a go-getter, focused, determined, and energetic, kinda. Yes, good looking, of course, every woman's dream. But he was not swayed by the fact that he's handsome and rich, because he believes women are not women who come close to him are women who are after his name, the name of his company. Once you hear the name of that company, you want to fall in love, even if deep down inside of you, you don't love it. So he already have this in mind and doesn't sway, is not swayed by anyone telling him how much they love, because he knows that you're just there for the money. And he's kind of a man who is interested in hardworking women who would want to legitimately earn a living without necessarily being promiscuous around, you understand. And he saw one in Sonia Uche, a hardworking. This is the very first time he might be seeing a taxi that is being driven by a woman. And of course he was like, at first he wasn't moved by that fact, because anybody can earn a living by just being a driver. But when he got to know that this lady is not just an ordinary driver, but also very intelligent, having saved him in his company at one time, he was like determined to know who this lady was. Sonia Uche was this very movie happens to be Miriam, and then of course being a lady who is shouldered with a whole lot of responsibility from the family, having lost his father and the mother in an accident. The mother survived but on a wheelchair, and trying to foot the bills of the family, also being weighed down by the family responsibility, but wasn't actually being carried away by this in order to live a wayward or promiscuous life. She determined to do what? Earn a living legitimately by becoming a taxi driver, and that was when he met Chike Daniels in this very movie. And this movie, she also, Miriam, is very determined, focused, and just centered about how to help the family and nothing else. Anything called relationship was totally out of her mind, because she is not even given that chance to fall in love, because she's been shouldered with a whole lot of responsibility coming from her family, and having being the one that foots the bill, the rent, the food, the mother's medical treatment, the siblings' school fees. Nothing in her mind will be about love, but rather how to foot the bills of the family. This movie is one that will get you all in trouble. We all thought that at the end of the day, of course, from being the driver to this very rich CEO, she ended up in his company because of what? The nagging girlfriend wouldn't let her be the driver, because she believed that she is having an affair with a man. Okay, of course, she was fired and elevated to the HR of the company, and of course, the girlfriend wouldn't still budge in letting her go. The girlfriend being Chisom in this very movie, Chisom is an energetic, very intelligent, obsessive girlfriend to Chike. Of course, she is Anna in this movie, and then of course she's very, very nagging. I didn't see that picture of love. I only saw obsession. I saw greed in her. I saw this laziness. There is no quality of a wife really qualities in her, and I guess this is what Daniel saw in this lady that made him not to put his mind or emotions into, or love into, the relationship. She is very lazy. I had never seen her from the beginning of the movie to the end where she cooked or did anything reasonable that will help the man. Rather, she acted from the beginning to the end as a policing his man about, because she's being protective of him not getting into any romantic relationship with any other lady, because she wouldn't want to share in that kind of position. Of course, she knows that this man is wealthy and the family is wealthy, and the mother is always on her side, and because of that, she's using it as what? She's using it to constantly get to Daniel's nerve. And I wouldn't want this kind of a man, not even for my brother or for anyone I love. And Daniel saw this coming from her. That is why he didn't put all into that relationship, and I guess he didn't even put any love kinda in this movie. All his attention was totally on his company and how to make that company work. This movie is all interesting. Like, you will get the best of it when you see from the beginning to the end. A Temporary Driver is the name, streaming on Uche Nabonabo. You don't have to miss this movie for anything. All right, at first I didn't watch the movie, but now that I did, I was so elated. Like, I was so very, very happy I did, because it actually told a lot that there is dignity in labor. Because at the end of the day, Sonia Uche was finally helped by Daniels, and that's changed the story of her life. Honestly speaking, there is dignity in labor. Just find something doing out there, and you see God will send someone to help you. One thing I love about this movie is that, you know, the regular kind of movie would be like Daniel finally fall in love with Sonia Uche, but that didn't happen. He helped her in life after she was kidnapped by the girlfriend and released. Instead of falling in love that the girlfriend is no more there in the picture, he opted to helping her and setting her up, becoming a better person that she had always wanted to be, and then referred to her as the sister he never had. An interesting Nigerian movie. That Nigerian movie will tell you they ended up happily ever after, but it wasn't for this movie, and I love every piece of it. kudos to the producers, to the executive, executive producers, to all the cast and crew and everybody that made this film happen. It's really an amazing one, amazing masterpiece showing on Uche Nabunabo. Go and stream, share, comment, and like as well. Till I come again, I'm G Sweet Julie.